In the summer of 2015, Medicare proposed dramatic changes to their reimbursement policy for prostheses. If these changes took effect and other insurers followed suit, the lives of hundreds of thousands of amputees and their families nationwide would be affected, and the future of prosthetic care and prosthetic technology would be put in jeopardy. This proposal thrust the issue of prostheses and the vital role they play in the lives of those with limb loss into the national spotlight. The struggle is still ongoing and the issue unresolved. We feel it is critical to help raise public awareness about this important cause. Each one has their own story. Lindsay got an infection after being bitten by spiders at the age of 12. Steve's convoy was hit by an IED in Afghanistan. For Kathy, it started with a sore throat. Tom had an ulcer on his foot that just would not heal. None of them ever thought that they would lose a limb, but one day, unexpectedly, their lives were forever changed. Now, everyday tasks they each took for granted became daunting challenges they each had to learn to overcome. Simple things like getting into your own bed every night, or carrying your child, and even getting around in a wheelchair are now complex tasks. They all came from different walks of life. A young girl who loved cheerleading, a soldier serving overseas, an HR director, and a veteran now working as a cook. They all have one thing in common, and they all have one question. Now what? Prostheses offered to each a way to get their independence back, to walk again, to even run again, and get back to living their lives as normally as possible. However, fitting and fabricating a prosthesis is a complex process that requires a trained and skilled clinician.
As a licensed prosthetist with more than 20 years experience, when I sit down to evaluate my patients, there are a lot of things that play a role into why I choose a specific type of prosthesis for that individual. Things like why they lost their limb or limbs in the first place. What are their goals? Do they have any other health complications that may affect their success with a prosthesis? What is their daily environments like? And do they frequent places with uneven terrain or even stairs? Now, all of these things and many more factor into the thought process, and by staying current with the latest prosthetic advances, I am able to choose a prosthesis that will best suit each individual patient. Take my own sister, for example. When she lost her leg above her knee in a farming accident at the age of 4, there weren't a lot of options available for her. She literally had a wooden leg with a hinged knee joint. I still have her first prosthesis today, as a matter of fact. It's a constant reminder to me of just how far prosthetic technology has come. It's continually improving technology that has allowed my sister to be active and live a full life. Helping my patients reach their goals and live active life is my passion and what drives me each and every single day. However, the proposed Medicare changes take much of that decision-making power out of the hands of trained prosthetists like myself, and instead puts it in the hands of auditors and policymakers in Washington who are not licensed prosthetists and are not even required to know much about prosthetics at all. In fact, some of the proposed standards are putting prosthetic technology back to the 1970s standard of care. Now that is truly downright frightening.
Progress has been made as amputees, their families, and those within the prosthetic community rose up in record numbers to protest the changes proposed by Medicare. The fight is far from over. Although Medicare has recently retracted the changes that they originally proposed, some other private insurers have already adopted portions of the policy changes which severely restrict amputees' access to certain types of prosthetic technology. Even Medicare has stated that the issue of making changes to their reimbursement policies is still on the table, and no one knows what the next round of proposed changes will bring. Our hope is that through increased public awareness and involvement, future reforms and changes will be made in ways that do not limit or delay amputees' access to prostheses and the prosthetic technology that they need. We cannot do this alone. We need your help. Please take a moment to visit the website below. It will direct you on how you can get involved and stay involved with updates as they are available regarding the vital issue. Stand with us and make your voice heard. Remember, you, someone you know, or someone you love can become an amputee in the blink of an eye. Thank you.